How are you doing, guys? Zara here. So today I wanted to simply have a discussion video regarding how did I pretty much fell in love with sort of games such as like Dark Souls. This will be including, of course, all the Dark Souls games, Bloodborne, Sekiro, even those such as like Souls-like as well, such as The Surge 2, Code Vein, Lords of the Fallen as well, Nioh. Those are a lot of these games on top of my head I can think of through that I ended up finishing, and as well, to some degree, most of these games I ended up going for the Platinum Trophy as well. Obviously, you know what Platinum Trophy means in these sort of games. It's a very difficult task. It's very grindy in some cases as well. And a lot of other stuff as well requires you to refinish and replay the game, not just once or twice. Sometimes you had to go up to 3 to 4 times. Yeah, and that's those are the situations that I'm in. Since, for example, my recent Platinum Trophy was Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and if you have not already, do check out my review of this. I published it a couple of days ago, and yeah, it took a lot of time into putting it in, so you know, I definitely want to share it a little bit more. But yes, also I wanted to touch on regarding how I got into this front of actually me really enjoying all these games. And as such, I would like to mention my very first Dark Souls game, or I should say Souls-like game, was Dark Souls 3. I've gotten a chance of playing it. I actually played few other bits of games such as like this before. It was actually my proper first game was Bloodborne, in fact, but I got stuck into the Blood-Starved Beast and I just simply could not kill him. But after that, I knew I had to kill him to progress through the story, until I found out I actually didn't quite need to. But then I was like, oh my god, that took a couple of years later. And obviously since the release, I think it was 2015, 2016 of Bloodborne release anyway, I just never got back into it. And I just pretty much gave up. Until they I've decided to purchase Dark Souls 3. I wanted to give it a chance. I wanted to see why this is getting so much gains, and why everybody is giving such a praiseworthiness for these sorts of games. So I've gotten a shot. I put it into the Dark Souls 3. At first I started playing it through. I didn't really like it. At first boss, I didn't even reach the first boss, I believe so. And yeah, it's considered to be more or less of a tutorial. And I just like, I don't really like this. It looks weird, queer, not creepy. I like creepy games, but it looks queer. I'm not very familiarized. I needed a bit of more time to involve myself into the game to actually find out how damn good it is. And at the end of the day, a couple months later, I've decided to retry it for the second time, Dark Souls 3. And so I did, but this time I started from the very beginning. I made my own character, created it the way I liked him to be, and more like a normal dude, not like a Joker that you can pretty much make, or whatever the abomination you can create. And so I just did, and I decided to go and actually put my time into it. Even if I would get frustrated, no matter what, I would have to push through. On top of that, I started going with the walkthrough, 100% walkthrough, kind of a guidelines, and of course some kind of tips and guides and whatnot, just in case if I don't want to get pissed off at the game again, and then I do not know where to go, because that will only let me kind of abandon the game once again and just never get back into it, So this is why I decided to go with this route. I started going with the walkthrough, 100% walkthrough. And so I did. After I killed the first boss, it wasn't that hard actually, I remember. And yeah, I think you might have already seen my streams and stuff for the Dark Souls 3. It's very recently. I did it just this year, like in summer I think it was. And I just did it, and I was like not breezing through. Obviously Dark Souls is not an easy game. So I went through and I got to the very part of the Nameless King, I believe. Yeah, that's the name. I'll never forget that name. I had so many problems with that goddamn boss. It was irritating as hell, and I was very, very glad to hear that he was more of an optional boss. You didn't had to kill him to progress the story, and so I was like so glad. Until I reached the end game, basically I finished the game, I went back to make sure I could kill this the Nameless King, and I did. after another couple of attempts. Of course, for so many people out there as well, giving me a bit of guides and stuff, maybe recommendations on what I should do. I already memorized all the, you know, routes that he takes. Till this day, I'm sure I could even beat him probably in a first or second attempt for sure, all by myself. I actually gave it a shot again, but at this time I was much stronger, and I breezed right through the Nameless King. It was so easy, and I did it with a friend as well for the hell of it, because I was helping him out. Wow, it's so much easier to play this game with a friend. I mean, I get that the upskilling goes up, if that makes sense, and it gets more tougher to kill enemies and the bosses, right? And so they gain more health, and you know what? It's so much more fun playing with a friend. It's seriously more fun. Now, I understand a lot of people will be telling me or telling anybody else, you have to do this by yourself to get the truly proper challenges and more or less, right? Okay, that's fine. I did it. I know what it is. I've done so for Dark Souls 3. I've done so for Bloodborne. Well, Bloodborne was not truly solo. I can definitely tell you that, but I'll get into it a little bit later. And so I finished Dark Souls 3 all by myself completely. I've done the DLCs as well all by myself completely, and it was fun. I definitely, my first attempt, I loved the game ever since, and I still consider Dark Souls 3 to be my favorite sort of a Souls-esque games of all time. After that, because I loved Dark Souls 3 so much, I was thinking, okay, I think it's time to move on. I think it's time to go to a different Dark Souls game. Bloodborne. So I decided to give that a shot once again. And this time I actually wanted to continue from where I left it, and that was on that Bloodstarved Beast. I tried to kill him again, it simply did not work. I could not damn kill that boss. Even with all the knowledge and expertise that I have received from Dark Souls, I could not really implement it into Bloodborne. It was so different in majorities of ways. In Dark Souls, as I got an idea of it, is far more defensive line that you need to be aggressive. But in Bloodborne, you have to be rushing in and being aggressive. And I was not really used to it. And plus, you know, after so many months already, I've definitely forgotten some schemes of controls. And even though I kind of put me off a lot of times when the blood vial, you know, get your health back up, is a different button overall. I'm not too sure if there's a controller tuning that you can do, because I didn't do it, obviously. But I just decided to learn off again for Bloodborne specifically. So at this time I was getting mad. I could not kill this damn boss. And his second or third phase, he just kills me all the time. Or the poison kills me. It was really irritating. I was live streaming it, I was getting frustrated. And thankfully two of the guys actually wanted to offer me some help, and that's exactly what I did. I invited a friend in, and ever since then we're still friends, and sometimes occasionally we do get around together and playing through these sort of the Dark Souls-esque games as well. And he helped me out, thank you so much by the way. Prime Panda Beats by the name of on YouTube, actually, if you want to, you can go and check him out, guys. So we could finally kill the boss, and at the end we decided to stick around together and continue on through the game. And that's what exactly we did. We played through the whole thing. We killed, I think it was till the very last boss. Some occasional times I had, like, you know, because it's not like you can finish the game in one day, right? It's not like that. And so sometimes occasionally I could go into this soloing, or sometimes different days, as an example, he would join back in, or I could get somebody else instead, and we could go through and play this. And that's exactly what we did, and it was so much fun that I find Bloodborne far more fun to play than Dark Souls 3, because I had a friend there and we both together were involved into the game, the very same game at that very moment. But in Dark Souls, I preferably think that is a better game, just my personal opinion. But again, I think it might be because I didn't play that game on as a co-op properly, because I played Bloodborne properly as a co-op, and I really I was so thankful for this experience that I could never come back, if that makes any sense. Basically, at the end of the day, this is what I did. After when I finished Bloodborne, I really wanted to play more of these sort of games. You know, I wanted to torture myself. And that's exactly what I did. I purchased the DLC. In fact, I didn't, because Bloodborne was a free game on a PlayStation Plus. That's how I got back into it anyway. And the DLC is obviously you need to purchase it. But at the end, again, I decided to actually make a brand new purchase for this, a Game of the Year edition. And that's exactly what I did, because it comes with a DLC. And I played it. I enjoyed so much. I even made a proper review for it, and I think it's pretty funny as well. Do take a look at it, guys, and on my Bloodborne The Old Hunters DLC review. And that took a while to do as well. That was awesome, great experience. I love that DLC, fantastic. And well, I was done. I was 100% complete. I got a platinum trophy for Dark Souls 3, a platinum trophy for the Bloodborne and the DLCs. Sorry, there's one. And so I was like, oh man, I really want to play more of these games. I was getting that enthusiasm, if you feel me, right? So I decided to go back into the old times, the old school of Dark Souls. And Dark Souls Remastered comes in. I played through the shit out of it, loved it so much. I loved every moment of it as well. My god, man, there's some things, it's just, oh god, the remasters, how the remaster... Now, don't get me wrong. Dark Souls 1 is a fucking fantastic game, but as the remaster goes, it's not that good. Oh god. Okay, the remaster name is not a good one, but as a Dark Souls game, fantastic. Well, yeah, I played it through. I think I got everything I wanted to out of it. I finished the game. I've completely killed all the bosses as well. I was thinking going for a platinum trophy, and you know what? I think I will end up going for a platinum trophy, guys. I think I will, but you know, probably a couple more days, a couple of weeks, I'll definitely get back into it, and I'll definitely go for a platinum trophy. And I guarantee that for myself, I definitely won't be getting it. After when I finished it, I wanted to have more. You know, I decided to get Dark Souls 2. And I'm on PlayStation 4, I played it through, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I also was thinking going for a platinum trophy. I did not end up going for it. I did finish the game, killed all the bosses as well. And yeah, I definitely will be going for a platinum on that as well. So I was done with Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and I was like, no, what the hell am I supposed to do now? Jesus. And so I decided to go with the Souls-like games. And Lords of the Fallen, I believe the name was, and yeah, played through that. I tried to go for 100%, but I didn't really enjoy the game too much, and I just kind of abandoned it after when I finished the game completely. I did not want to go through it again the second time, and just, you know, it's not for me personally. It does look good though, really good. And after that, I decided to go with Nioh. Hopefully I'm not butchering the name. Nioh is actually a very good game. It has a lot of different aspects of it. It has a lot of different varieties as well. It kind of reminds me more of a Sekiro than anything, but still it has its own identity that actually does work very, very well. And that's what I did. I played through Nioh. I got 100% completion, meaning that I got the platinum trophy as well for Nioh. Well, guys, if you don't know it, Nioh 2 will be coming out next year as well, early next year, I believe so. I definitely will be getting that, obviously. And The Search. The Search is the next on my line, and I played through, got the platinum trophy as well, enjoyed throughout. It was a goddamn fantastic game. Code Vein is one of the newer games that came out. I played Code Vein first, then I played Search 2. So for Code Vein, I finished it. I saw all the 3 endings, and unfortunately I still need to play through the game again twice, because you know there's one certain trophy that you need to play the game and see all of the endings in one session, if that makes any sense, right? You have to replay it again and again. So yeah, there's that kind of sucks, to be honest. But oh well, whatever, I guess. And I'm definitely gonna be going for a platinum trophy on Code Vein. Then I played through Search 2. I have finished Search 2 as well. I've seen 2 of the endings. I think there was only 2 endings. I did not yet go for a platinum trophy. Something about it just kind of pushes me away a little bit. Yeah, it's just there. It's in the background. I liked it. It was a very good game. I definitely will get back into it. Oh my god, how could I forget? Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Yes, I got a platinum trophy for that as well. I think I forgot to mention it. Wow. Okay, guys, you can clearly see this video is already way too long and I'm discussing about this, so a few things I might miss on. And yeah, the Sekiro, absolutely love the shit out of it. I couldn't believe that I waited for so long to get my hands on it. Fantastic game. If you guys have not played it, seriously, get that game. Oh, if you have a question for me, for example, which of these games that I have played already that I mentioned, which is the most easiest one to get into so you can actually start up and getting into these sort of games? Code Vein is the very one that you want to get first. If you are afraid of these very difficult, challenging moments, maybe you're impatient or maybe you get frustrated very easily, Code Vein might be the game for you guys. Just a bit of advice, a bit of a suggestion. Firstly, I do want to mention, for example, that it's not like I only play Dark Souls or Souls-like games or anything like that. I do play a lot of variations of games as well, such as I love Grand Theft Auto series and Grand Theft Auto games anyway. I do play Destiny as an example. I play a lot of varieties of games, obviously. And if there is such a fantastical game like a God of War as an example, Uncharted 4, or even The Last of Us, I would try to go for the Platinum Trophy or even 100% completion. But I definitely all the time finish those games as well, and I love playing those games, right? It's not like I only play Dark Souls and Souls-esque sort of games. On top of that, I already have touched on this. Nioh 2 will be coming out. I'm definitely gonna go for a Platinum Trophy. Well, maybe if I'm not sure about Platinum, but I definitely will be finishing the game and playing it through. Like I said, I love Souls-like games already. And I'm sure there's also going to be like Elden Ring as an example, right? We don't yet know when the release date of it is going to be, and yet I definitely would see myself getting into it. Because come on, FromSoftware, are you kidding me? Definitely I'm gonna get my hands on that game. Elden Ring all the way, fuck yay. And okay, well, if there's any more of these sort of Souls-like games coming out, or you think that might be worth of checking through, or maybe that have already released, like all the examples that I have just given to you, I love these sort of games, right? I know that not a couple of guys say like Hollow Knight, but that's more of an indie sort of game. I played it through, I actually finished it. Guess what? I actually finished it, seriously. And yeah, I didn't go for a Platinum Trophy though, that's ridiculous. I need the games such as like a AAA standards of the game, the Search 2, Code Vein even, any of the Dark Soul games, Sekiro, Bloodborne, you know, Fallen of the, Lords of the Fallen, sorry. And yeah, these games I really enjoy. If there's anything like this or sort of like this, I would love to get my hands on and experience it. And that's the thing, it's just that as all these games, I think there are all the games that I have played through that have already released, such as like Souls-like games. Well, alright, well I guess that's all I wanted to share, my experiences with all these games. And I do want to mention as well, guys, if you have not read my community tab page, I'm currently actually on a vacation, and yes, this is a pre-recorded video right before the holidays. I'm actually recording, so as when I'm publishing this, and I presume when I'll be publishing this, a couple more days and I'll be back, and of course making more videos for you guys as well. It's just wanted you to know. I know I didn't mention it in any other videos except at this one, but you know, I didn't want to make it like, I don't know, where did he go, like kind of, you know, sort of questions coming in or a little bit early, too early, mind you. Now it's alright if you guys want to know where I went and stuff, just ask me down in the comments, it's all good, I can answer that, it's not a problem. And anything else that you wish to know, maybe you have any other questions about these Soul games, or maybe any other games that you have a question that you would like to consider of purchasing, maybe you have something else to advise or something else to suggest or something, right? Write down your comments in this video below, of course. Well, I think that's that. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribe as always, guys. And again, have a good one.